It's a place of light and hope, and that sounds peculiar given the work we do.
I think we're all like-minded people, and I think, you know, it's a very special place to work.
Rowcroft provides a little haven of safety where people can be looked after, they can be welcomed in.
Phenomenal, it is just wonderful.
Rowcroft Hospice is a registered charity serving the people of South Devon. For decades, it's been welcoming patients who, at the end of their lives, need high-quality care and support. Now, the word hospice means sanctuary, which most of us universally would think was a good thing to support, but as a name, as a place, it conjures up images of a building, often dark, frightening, a sort of journey's end, if you will. But it might surprise you to learn that 50% of the people that come here go home again, at least for a while. And what's more, you don't have to come here to be a patient, because now Rowcroft can come to you. The Rowcroft story began in Torquay in 1982 with a 7-bed ward. Today, there is a 17-bedded inpatient unit, specialist outpatient clinics, plus a team of health and social palliative care professionals who support South Devon patients and families within their own communities. Rowcroft covers a vast area of 300 square miles, serving a population of some 280,000 people. Thanks to its recently enhanced 24/7 hospice at home service, Rowcroft now reaches out west to the people of Dartmouth, north to towns and villages on Dartmoor, and east to Dawlish on the Lyme Bay coast. Every year, Rowcroft cares for more than 1,800 patients.
What the Hospice at Home scheme does is it allows people to remain in their own homes, which many people wish to do, but they also have the connection, the 24-hour connection with the hospice, which is so vital. So families and patients are never alone. They're coping with a major time in their lives, but they have somebody else there to help.
It's a fantastic service now because, as I say, we can provide up to 24-hour care for people, and it gives families a choice of actually having a nurse in their house if that's what they feel that they need. There are some families who can talk very openly to each other about what's happening, and there are other families who have never been able to get that far, and I think sometimes that's because none of us like to see each other upset. You know, when you love somebody when they're alive, you want to do right by them when they're gone as well.
As well as clinical care, Rowcroft also offers a range of therapies too, designed to make for brighter days for patients and their families. Now, this can include reflexology, aromatherapy, massage. There's even a programme involving art and music. David, we are surrounded by instruments here in the music room at Rowcroft, but I have never seen one like that before. What are you playing?
This is a sounding bowl. Some people can make use of music as a way of stepping away from all the medical things that have been going on, find a way of reconnecting with themselves.
We treat patients, carers, staff. We do home visits.
But of course, everything comes at a price. Fortunately, Rowcroft volunteers and supporters provide the funding needed to run this vital operation.
Each and every day we need to raise £15,000 in order to keep these services running. So, for example, a 24-hour stay within the inpatient unit per patient will cost us over £620. We have 17 beds, but we're running those extensive community services which also are expensive.
It just feels like it's such an important thing to give people, and such an important thing to offer the community, is the best end of life care, best quality end of life care that we can give, if you like, is parcel of being a civilised, caring, loving society.
Irene Harper lost her husband Ernie 9 years ago. Since then, she's discovered that working as a volunteer for Rowcroft has helped her to pick up the pieces.
Well, my husband was in here once or twice, well, 3 or 4 times, and it's such a wonderful place, and I just felt as though I wanted to give something back to them, and it also helps me being here. People might think that's strange, but it does. It really helps me. I suppose I was like everybody. I didn't know what to expect because I've never been to a hospice. But once I'd been and I'd seen the care that they give Irene, I couldn't praise this enough.
Now Linda, this is one of a dozen shops that Rowcroft operate here in the region. How important is it here in Totnes?
Absolutely vital. It's one of the windows for the hospice, so that people can recognise who we are and where we are. We're on the main street, so we've got a lot of passing trade. We've also got a lot of locals who, if they want something or information about Rowcroft, it's on their high street.
Alison Duncan was just 43 when she was diagnosed with cancer. She knew she would soon be leaving behind 2 teenage daughters and a beloved sister.
I mean, we don't forget Alison at all. She's here every single day, isn't she? When she became ill so quickly, we just didn't know where to go or what to do for support, and Alison's doctor put us in touch with Rowcroft. So we got support at home from a community nurse that came out and visited and gave her all sorts of support at home, and she stayed at home until she became too poorly and then came to Rowcroft. I suppose to start with she was worried because she thought once you come to Rowcroft you don't go home, and it wasn't like that at all. She just felt so safe and so comfortable, and everybody was just so kind.
Because of Rowcroft, I think you remember her in such a nicer way. Like, if she went to a hospital, it's always so, like, I don't know, it's not such a calm
clinical
place. Yeah.
Even at home though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas
you always have something on your mind, but here you could just come for a walk in the garden and just, I don't know, it's just so much better than any other care she could have had.
So as you can see, Rowcroft isn't just about a building or a place, it's about a far-reaching philosophy of care, providing comfort, reassurance and support to patients and their families all over South Devon. Having seen this film, you might want to look at how you can become a supporter or volunteer. So please help spread the word about the wonderful work of Rowcroft Hospice. Yes, the work it does is challenging and at times incredibly sad, but think how much harder it would be without Rowcroft's care and support. It truly is one of South Devon's gems, something to be proud of, something really worthwhile.